Hey guys, so in today's video, we are talking about the Park City Market and what better way to start with kind of our weekly market update. So new listings are increasing, but they are being absorbed by the market as consumer demand remains strong. Residential new listings in the past 5 weeks totaled 459 compared to 364 in the same period last year. So that's an increase of 26%. However, they are still down 34% year over year, which is keeping the prices stable in our market. Median days on our market year over year are down 27%. So it's a seller's market. Pending volume for the past 15 weeks is 59% higher than the same period 1 year ago. For the third week in a row, new pendings were double the count from the same week in 2019. Sales volume in July reached 1.549 billion, which is up 45% from 2019. Sales in July totaled almost half of the entire volume sold from January through June. Median sales prices were up 6.5% year over year. In the 6 of the last 7 weeks, closings totals exceeded those of the same week in a year earlier. In the past 7 weeks, we closed 407 transactions, which is up 326 from last year, 25% higher. And closed transactions continue to climb following the pended transactions as consumers' confidence in Park City and the Wasatch Back remains strong. So if you look here, we have our new listings by week. So we have our new listings, which are 2020, which is represented here in the orange. So as you can see, we were really low these are represent down here as our weeks, okay? So we're correlating the weeks with what is taking place with coronavirus. So we're tracking it oh so closely. And in the blue would be last year. And that same thing goes for our pended listings. So as you can see, our pending listings are just totally off the charts as compared to last year. And our closed sales are starting to catch up a little bit and take off a little bit more. So now we're going to go take a look at what's actually taking place in the Park City limits here. So if you look at July 2020, our median sold price was 2.5 million, which is up 38.1%. We sold 29, which is up 163.6%. Our active inventory is down. We are down 11.8%, and it is a seller's market, and we are really just needing more inventory. Our days on the market were about 109 in this area. So if those of you that aren't familiar, the Park City limits is Deer Valley, Deer Crest, Lower Deer Valley, Old Town, Park Meadows, Thanes Canyon, Prospector, anything that is going to be from the St. Mary's Church into town is what we consider Park City limits, which is going to be more in town. New listings, we only had 46 in the month of July, so we're down 9.8% in that area. Now let's take a look at Snyderville Basin. So this is a little bigger of an area, and for those of you that don't know, Snyderville is actually 84098 zip code. So we had a median sales price of 1.375 million. We had 62 units sold. We're up 87.9%, and we have 190 active inventory. Our days on the market were 97, which is a little bit up, and our new listings, we only had 73 new listings in this area. Now let's take a look at Jordanelle, because this is going to be a great little area to be watching for the future. So our median sales price was 2.250. We had 11 units sold, and our active inventory is 45, 155 days on the market. New listings, we only had 12, and the sold price per square foot is $459. Now let's take a look at what is happening over in the Heber Valley. So if we look over in the Heber Valley, our median sales price is $675. There were 47 units sold, active inventories 127, 56 days on the market, new listings were 47. Again, we're down, we just have an inventory issue, and our sold price was $241. So if we look into the Camas area, and again, median sales price is $548. And 15 units were sold. We only have 37 active inventory, 47 days on the market, and we had 24 new listings in Camas. Now, if we kind of go to our quarterly statistics, this would be for quarter 2. If we're looking at Old Town here, we have an average sales price of 2.1. A median sales price is about $2 million. And if you look at Thames Canyon, it kind of shows you the average here, the median here. You've got Lower Deer Valley, Deer Crest, Upper Deer Valley. So if we're looking at what is sold in Old Town, so actually we sold more this year, which was 50. We had 50 sold. Last year we only had 46. In Thames Canyon, we only had 10 sold this year. Lower Deer Valley, we had 11. Deer Crest, we had 5 compared to 7. Upper Deer Valley, we had 15 compared to 20. Empire Pass, we haven't actually had anything, but if you look at the average sales price, that's because it's close to $6 million. Erie, we had only 2 sales, and that the average sales price up there is about 1.7. And in Prospector, we actually had a lot more. We had 13 compared to we had 19 compared to 13 last year. And in Park Meadows, we had 1 more than last year. So Park Meadows has an average sales price of about $2.50 million. And overall, for all of these areas combined, you're looking at 157 sold compared to 166 last year. And you've got an average sales price of about $2.5 million. Now, if we keep going down, we've got the Snyderville Basin. So these are areas. So we've got Canyons Village, Sun Peak, Bear Hollow, Silver Springs, Old Ranch Road, Kimball, Pinebrook, Summit Park, Jeremy Ranch, Glen Wild, Silver Creek Estates, Trailside, Silver Creek, and Quinn's Junction are all composed of the 84098, which is called Snyderville Basin. So we actually had 331 sold for an average sales price of 1.7. You need to remember that Promontory, Glen Wild are gated communities. So if you look at Promontory, we had 75 sold and an average sales price of about 2.6 million. And in Glenwild, we only had 15 sold, and actually Michael Jordan's house is for sale up in Glenwild for a casual $7 million if you're interested. And we've got an average price of 2.6 million. Jeremy Ranch, Summit Park, and Pinebrook, I feel are all kind of really close in area. Jeremy Ranch and Pinebrook are literally across the freeway from each other, so they are always side by side. So if we take a look at them, Pinebrook had 36 sales compared to last year, which was 41, for an average price of 1.18. And Summit Park is just right on the edge of town, so it's at the top of Parley's Canyon, right when you're entering Summit County. It's basically the first neighborhood if you're coming up from Salt Lake. And there's an average sales price of $751,000 roughly. And in Jeremy Ranch here, we've got an average price of 1.3, which is actually up 19%. So as you can see, Pinebrook is climbing slowly, but Jeremy Ranch has a golf course, so it could be possibly more desirable, but they're pretty close in price and homes. And then Hay is also a gated community, so you're looking at about 1.8 for an average sales price there. If we keep going down, we get into Heber, which is going to be considered a midway, and then kind of all how Heber is divided up. And we keep going here, and I am going to link in this video everything, all the information of everything that I'm sharing, so that you can actually just go straight to it and have copies of it yourself. And if you want weekly market updates of the Park City market and the Wasatch Back, so the Wasatch Back is Camas, Coville, Oakley, Heber, that's kind of the Wasatch Back. Make sure you subscribe to the weekly market update as well as my newsletter. Make sure you join that list if you want to stay up to date on our sweet little ski town and everything, all the local news that's happening. We track it really closely. We share local events, local news, and new developments, and lots of real estate. So you don't want to miss out on my Park City Living newsletter, and I will also link below so how you can join that. We've also got our condos here. I'm not going to get into condos really because I'm just going to put a link down in the bio, and if you're interested, then read on up. It also has land in here. So if you're interested in land, gives you a breakdown of kind of all the prices and all the areas. And when I take buyers around in my car, I always have copies of this in my car, the most current versions of it, and I give it to buyers. So that's kind of the rundown on the market. We're doing really good. We're kicking COVID's butt. There are about 200 new kids enrolling in the Park City school system, and we have no inventory and lots of buyer demand. And so it's a seller's market. The market's staying really stable here. It's really safe here. It's a great place to live, and people are coming here because they want to be able to go for a hike and work from home and go skiing and enjoy the great outdoors. So it really truly is a very desirable place to live, and we have a lot of people moving here. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and I post new videos every single Monday, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and you guys have a great day.